Hey, my name is Dale, and I'm going to be showing you how to configure up the Email Campaign Manager from Interbay Technology. From the URL for your application, you're going to log in with an admin username password. The admin password, of course, is going to get you to all the areas of the application. Initially, you're going to be dropped into this single screen. It's kind of boring, especially when there's no campaigns and you're just starting out. So let's just talk about the screen real quick. In the upper left is just the home button. You click it, it's going to take you back to the this particular screen, the email campaign screen. Logout button is only available on this screen, which is the home screen. The add button on the bottom right, it does just that. It's going to add a new email campaign into the system, and we'll be going through that a little bit later. Search button pops up a search input field that you can type in just regular text like dogs. And if there was any email campaigns set up for dogs, then it would show those particular campaigns. But that's not what we're going to talk about today. So up at the screen header, which is this area right here, you'll see this down arrow. And if you press on that down arrow, or the header itself, you'll be seeing a drop-down menu of areas within the application that you have permissions for, which is users and security roles and permissions, data formats for mapping Excel columns to the application, email servers, and then back to the campaigns. So for this little section, we're going to talk about email servers. So I'll click on email servers. It takes you to a screen that you're able to add, remove, configuration of email servers that you're going to be sending campaigns through. As you see, I've created and have a couple of pre-configured, so we can talk about those. Let's start by just looking at Gmail. Gmail's pretty easy. You'll get this information off the Gmail site. Just do a quick search, or you can just basically use this information. The name is what your people that's creating campaigns will see in a drop-down list of available email server they're able to send through. So make that something that they would relate to. The SMTP server address is the mail server address on the internet. Again, you're going to get this information from an IT admin or from a site like gmail.com. And typically it's smtp dot, like this one, gmail.com. SMTP port can change. It can be port 25, port 587, or a variation of one of these. SMTP account is the account on the server that we're going to have permissions for sending. And I've set up an account on Gmail called interbay.boss@gmail.com. And the SMTP password is the password that's associated with the account. Pause between emails. This is seconds or fractions of a second. You can put in like 0.5 or half a second that we're going to pause between each email, which allows us to stay out of the junk mail and the spam filters, or we don't want to flood a particular email server with hundreds of emails or thousands of emails all at the same time. So we have found that 1 second is a pretty good compromise depending upon your particular server and your needs. Cancellation timeout, also in seconds. This is a setting to where if you need to cancel a campaign that's in progress, you're able to click a cancellation button, and if within 10 seconds, like set up here, the server does not respond and cancel on its own, this timeout allows that to be terminated as soon as 10 seconds is up, and it will force the termination, delete all the emails that are left to send, and so that's kind of important. Test email address. This is just used within this dialog to where we're going to have an opportunity to send a test email based upon this configuration. And the test email name. This is just the name that's associated with that test email. So once you've got all that set up, let's go ahead and send a test email to that account, verify that all this data is accurate. And so you'll be presented that it has been sent, and to go check your inbox to make sure you did receive it. So here is Interbay Boss's Gmail account, and as you see, we did receive that test email from configuration. This is just some junk text, but the reason for this is we now know that that particular server is set up correctly in our application. So press the Save button, and it's good to go. As you see, I've got an Office 365 already configured up, and same type of information. And you'll receive this information for Office 365. You'll receive this information from your IT admin, or if you're the IT admin, just go up to Office 365 configuration, and you'll be able to gather this. Again, I've set it up to send the test email to Interbay Boss, and let's go ahead and try Office 365. It takes a little longer for the handshake on Office 365 than Gmail. So it says it's been sent. Let's go take a look. Boom. As you see, it's been sent and received from the account as we told it to. So that's a good deal. All right. And for me, I also set up what I call a no-go server. And this server, it's all fake information. It doesn't exist. smtp.nogo.nogo does not exist. The account doesn't exist. None of this exists. And this allows me to set a campaign up with this particular server, and if somebody accidentally queues up a bunch of emails and tries to send it, it will go nowhere. Hence the name, no-go. So it's just a little safety precaution that I use for myself until it's time to actually send the campaign out. You can choose to implement such a process or not. I don't trust myself, and so I always have that. So there you go. Setting up email servers for the campaign manager. Get back to the home screen, you have two options. Press the down arrow, go back to campaigns. You can also click on the back button. And there you are. Make sure you always sign out of the application. next section, we'll talk about the actual campaign itself.